It's been almost a year already since I have left adult content creation to go back to a regular 9 to 5, and let me tell you something, I have not been more fulfilled. Yes, I don't make the same money as I used to before, but my gosh, I feel so much better now about myself and about the people that I bring around me. I decided to leave OnlyFans almost a year ago because I wanted to go and follow Jesus with all my heart, soul, and mind, finally making that decision and never going back. And let me tell you something, guys, it has not been easy. I have had my ups and downs, but I am so at peace, so happy that I do not feel obligated to have to do anything for anybody in a way that I don't want to do it. I love serving. I am a waitress at PhD in Dallas, and honestly, I have not been more happier in my life because I finally have what I've always wanted, which is first Jesus and the peace that comes with him. I love my customers. They are absolutely amazing. I love the staff that works there. They are bomb, and the food here is absolutely, oh my gosh, I just love it. I'm actually very surprised that the food here is very, very good. It is not impossible, ladies and gentlemen, to leave a lifestyle that you thought was fulfilling before and was giving you the income that you thought you needed in order to live a happy life. One thing about God is that he is a provider. And you might not make the same money as you was making before if you were doing something that definitely generates a lot of money, working a 9 to 5. But let me tell you something, it's so much more fulfilling than degrading yourself and humiliating yourself, or even putting yourself in danger by doing the job that you know that God does not like you doing at this point in time. And it's not about that God does not like you doing it. It's just you know that it's not fulfilling to you, and you know that God has been calling you for something greater. So with this video, I encourage you guys, ladies and gentlemen, to go ahead and follow what God has been telling you to follow, to do the job that God has been telling you to do, that when he opens doors, go through them and do not fear, for God is with you, and he's always going to be with you. And yes, you're going to have your ups and downs, but I'm telling you, it's so worth it. It's so much more worth it doing it God's way than doing it your way. May God bless every single person that is listening to this video, and may Jesus be with you all. Peace.
This man in the comments posted a photo of it's supposed to be an NFL prospect, and his name is Will Clapp, number 76. Experience 5 years, height 6'5", age 26, 311 pounds, College, Louisiana. Of course it would be a Louisiana boy. And you know, I'm just watching some more of her content, man. Now, I will say, this right here is probably not it. Because I think she was talking about leaving the life, doing 9 to 5, and then, you know, turning to Christ. I don't know if this is it. I'm reading her profile here. It says her bio, and it says real music, real fashion, self-taught music engineer, natural curves. I don't know why you would need to tell anybody that as a woman of God. No body filters. Check out my music. I don't see any links for her. I haven't clicked on her profile yet, so maybe that's why I don't see it. But the same dance again. And at first she looks Hispanic, but she might be black. She might be black. Somebody said 06 Pinky. That's crazy work. That's crazy work. That's crazy work. Same dance. Same dance. And then I'm not trying to judge, but I'm like, I don't know, man. Yeah, she looks black. She could be Latina, but she looks black. It's actually what she looks. She might be black. In Louisiana, they fool you. They be looking like they like Latina or something else, but they actually be black. Yeah, I don't know about this, to be honest with you. I feel like this is soft OF, to be honest. But to be fair, yeah, I feel like this is soft OF. But to be fair, she was recently saying, and it almost looks see-through, to be honest with you. Once again, no, that's not. Well, she's probably thinking she's doing whatever it is. I don't know what dance this is. Yeah, I feel like this is OF. This is soft OF with the makeup on. And I know she's probably trying to, look cute, but this is, I don't know, man. There's a spirit behind, like there's a certain energy behind it, is I think what I'm saying. But what she did say is, I fell back into sin in one of her videos, and apparently she was married before, she's married now, and she was learning that there's some things that marriage requires, and it's forgiveness. It requires sacrifice, which in that mode I agree with, because a lot of modern women don't seem to understand that it's not all about you. You know what I mean? So that's a good lesson. But what I would say is, maybe you don't want to put these types of videos out anymore. Obviously nobody's perfect, but and she's probably just clowning around, but yeah.
Let me get a little vulnerable with y'all. Is that okay? This is a safe place, right? So, people who know me know that I used to be a stripper. I used to have an OnlyFans. I used to live that life, right? That was in the past. I stopped doing that, I want to say about 3-4 years ago. But, I just see something brighter for me. I don't knock anyone that does it. The money is great. It's something, it was an experience, right? Life is about having experiences, and I had it. It was cool. So the other day I went out with some friends and we went to the strip club. We was having a good, grandiose time, right? So I'm like, let me go to the ATM. Let me take some money out. So the ATM for some reason just wasn't working. I thought it was my card. So the first thing I did was check my bank account. Y'all looked at my bank account and I just kind of I had to pause for a second. And I was like, oh my God. I know it's probably a little crazy because you probably you should know how much money in your bank account. I don't really be checking my bank account. I'm going to keep it a buck with you. I have a full-time job. I've been straight. So I checked my bank account and I really was like, damn. And mind you, I'm in a strip club. I'm surrounded by something that I'm familiar with. I'm surrounded by money. The ideas just kept popping up in my head. You should just start dancing again. You should see if you can go talk to one of the girls and see if they could talk to the house mom and get you in. You should click of a button. If I was to make an OnlyFans right now, y'all, a click of a button, I could make thousands of dollars in a day. And it's just I had to sit back with myself and I'm like, Diamond, God has something so much bigger for you, baby. Your bank account may not be looking exactly how you want it right now, but God has something so much better in store for you. I say this to say, you shouldn't always look back on what could have been, what you used to do, what you used to have. Right now is where I am right now. What can I do moving forward to change that number in the bank account? What can I do moving forward to where I don't have to immediately go to thoughts of going back to sex work? How about I push my videos out a little bit more? How about I look for a little side hustle? So I feel like it's really all about perspective. And I was in a slump for a little bit, about a day, kind of just worried, damn, I kind of been spending outside of my means, blah, blah, blah. but God definitely has a plan for me. I really appreciate everything y'all do for me. All the likes, shares, comments, reposts. Keep doing that. Keep pushing my content out to more people so I can touch more people. Sometimes the easiest route isn't always the best route. Some things are meant to be hard. Some things are meant to be a challenge. Please follow my YouTube. I am doing longer, in-depth videos on there. I know Instagram and TikTok, they kind of like limit it down to like our little 3 little minutes. But on there, I'll be talking, yapping. It's a great time over there. So please go to my bio, subscribe to my YouTube. It's a great time. God got me. God got us. We got this. Life is hard, but we gonna be all right. We gonna be all right. Hey. All right. Love y'all. Bye. Mwah.
And this is why these women they don't take us seriously. A man in the comments said, "Let me know if you change your mind." And she laughed at it. She laughed at it, but y'all be careful.
So I'm scrolling on Instagram and I come across this video and I'm watching this lady do cable pull-throughs. But why are we doing them with our area touching the shit that people put their hands on? There's nothing wrong with doing workouts at the gym. And also, why are we filming our ass? That shit's fucking gross. I'm not trying to be disrespectful, but the views cannot be that low. You do not have to show yourself so much or expose yourself so much just to get views. And you're not going to sit here and tell me all that this isn't for attention, like I'm not a woman and I don't know. You can make videos and speak and get views if you know what you're doing. You can make videos teaching people how to work out and get views. You don't necessarily have to poke your butt back, show your whole butthole, and then show your chicken meats that are hanging from the bottom. And then before I get called, well, you're a hater, you shouldn't judge another woman. I highly doubt I'm hating on anybody, because the last time I thought hating was hating on somebody for no reason. When you guys are getting ringworm or you're getting sick or something happens to you because someone's putting their sweaty puss all over machines that you're supposed to put your hands on, by all means, if that's what you love and that's what you want. Didn't know you wanted clam chowder on your handlebars, but it's okay, babes. I digress. I just don't understand why people can't have cleanliness and be careful what they do at the gym. It's simple. Wear whatever you want. I don't give a shit. That's not what the topic's about. It's about the fact that you have to prop the camera, show your butthole and your pee-pee because that's what it's showing. I'm not seeing anything else but your privates and all that stuff hitting the cable pull-throughs. And I would not understand what is the point of doing this. That is fucking disgusting. I'm sorry. And you guys will always get mad at me for making videos, but where do you think I get these videos from? They're publicly online. If you didn't want anybody having an opinion, you didn't want anybody seeing them, you could have recorded them and kept them to yourself. It is simple.
It's something I'm real confused about. I'm trying to figure out how men think that they are the prize. Not even thinking you're the prize, but how actually men want to be associated with being the prize. Like it's masculine. Like it's very feminine, very sassy, very princess-like for you to want to be the prize. Why do you want to compete with your girl? Your job as the man is to go get the prize. The woman's job is not to come and get you. Your job is to chase her, to pursue her. Proverbs 18:22 says, he who finds a wife finds a good thing. Not she who finds a husband finds a good thing. I'm not saying that a woman doesn't have to cater to you and be good to you. Yes, she has to reciprocate that, but you're supposed to give it to her first. How is she going to be in her feminine era if she's competing with you? You guys are both competing for the top spot. You guys both want to be the princess. So basically, you don't want her to be in her masculine era, but you want her to be masculine, text you first, chase you, pursue you, because you're the prize, right?
Get out of here. And then the men out here saying that they're the prize. Y'all not even a prize. Y'all not even a prize in a cereal box.
And I don't like that just because some of you women have had bad experience with men, y'all want every single woman out here to feel the same way that you feel about men. Just because you dislike men and you hate men, that does not mean that there are not a group of women out here that love and adore men. I just said that more women should start catering to their men and treating them like they're the prize. If you got a man at home that's taking care of you, he taking care of the family. Not only that, this man is under a lot of stress. This man has made it to where you don't have to lift a finger for nothing. And we're not talking about the bad men. That's the thing that y'all women, y'all don't like to comprehend that shit. Y'all automatically love to jump to conclusion and feel as though like I'm talking about the bad men. Like, use your brain. We are talking about the men that's out here working hard as hell for his family. He definitely is the prize, because without him, how are you going to survive? A lot of you women are mad because y'all didn't have bad experience with men. I'm sorry, I am not a part of this division that y'all are trying to create. I do believe that if I get with a man, yes, he is the prize. Especially if he's making sure I'm good at all times. Why would I not take care of my man and make it and worship the ground that he walks on? That is my man. And when I get with a man, I'm gonna love him down. I'm gonna worship him in the ground that he walks on. And I'm gonna make sure that my man is being catered to and treated good. See, a lot of y'all women, y'all just going off of trauma. Like, just like women think they the prize, men are the prize too. What excludes them from not being a prize? Just as well as there are bad men out here, there are bad women out here as well. So yes, when I get with a man, he definitely will be the prize. I will make sure that my man gets treated good and he knows that he is worthy and he's a king.
If he thinks he's the prize, don't even look at him. Don't even think about dating him, because he will expect you to chase, to pursue, to charm him, compete with other women for him. Basically, he will expect you to behave like a man. The funny thing is, men don't fall in love with other men. We fall in love with women. So guys that think we are the prize and that wait for women to chase them, they kind of dig themselves a hole, because the only thing we get is an ego stroke, but we don't fall in love with those women. Because as I just said, men don't fall in love with other men. We fall in love with women that we need to chase, pursue, charm, etc. So no win in this situation if he says he's the prize.
A man has to like you 10 times more than you liking him, because then he's the prize. And a real woman ain't chasing no man. You're not sending good morning text first. No, baby, you calling me first.
Wait a minute.
You're checking for me first. You're making sure I got home safely.
In the initial, how you doing, getting to know you. But once we're in a relationship, I still got to do all of this.
I am going to be courted. I am going to be, first of all, I don't chase, I attract.
Don't let no man burn you out and make you feel bad about yourself. Don't take no shit from nobody.
I get asked sometimes, hey, how do you look younger than what you really are? I said, honey, I don't let anybody's son stress me out.
No, period. Don't let nobody's son stress you.
And bounce back very quick.
Don't stay in that ditch too long, honey.
No.
Let the comeback be quick, honey.
Ladies, we gotta get back to remembering what we bring to the table.
Honestly, really, honestly, you have to. And if we understood our value, we would have more boundaries and we wouldn't take so much shit.
Do you know what keeps a lot of women in mediocre relationships? A myth. The myth of scarcity. As a divorce lawyer, I see it all the time. Women settling for less, not because they don't know what they deserve, but because somewhere along the way they were told that good men are like limited edition handbags. Rare, hard to find, and if you don't grab one now, even if it's scuffed and overpriced, someone else will. That belief is not only false, it's dangerous. Because when you believe that there are no good men left, you start lowering your standards just to keep someone. Anyone. You stay with the guy who's emotionally lazy, the one who can't communicate unless he's cornered, the one who treats love like a reward you have to earn instead of something you're already worthy of. You stay because you think, at least he's not cheating, or at least he comes home at night, or worse, Maybe this is just how men are. And that mindset turns into a slow erosion of your joy, your goals, your self-respect. Scarcity is a strategy. It's been used for centuries to control women, to convince us that our worth is in our ability to keep a man and not in our ability to choose the right one. And it's why you'll see women gaslight themselves into staying. We rewrite red flags into quirks. We shrink our needs to appear easygoing. We romanticize crumbs because we're scared we'll never get the cake. The problem isn't that there are no good men. The problem is that we were taught to believe that we don't deserve to wait for them. That if he's decent, that's enough. Stop operating from fear and start choosing from freedom.
Well, a lot of times you guys will blatantly get in a man's face that you know you shouldn't be in his face at all, and you try to make it work. And that man will make it abundantly clear to you that he's not trying to listen to anything that you have to say. He's not trying to change. He wasn't trying to change from the jump. He was just trying to get those cheeks and let that be the end of it. But you guys act like you didn't hear that. You wanted to hear what you wanted to hear. You wanted to do what you wanted to do. And so when that guy continues it, I mean, he's not even at this point showing true colors. It's him showing you who he was in the first place. And now you on these podcasts talking about, don't let this man do this or don't let this man do that. He was doing it in the first place. Don't let him trick you. Don't let him pull the wool over your eyes. He wasn't pulling any wool over nobody's eyes. He was truthful about who he was from the get-go. This is what I'm looking for. And because he looked so good to you, you went on ahead and let it happen. You went on ahead and let it happen. And now you're upset with yourself and you're regretting it because you realize, man, I shouldn't have spent, what did I do that for? What did I spend my time with this guy for? Man, I shouldn't have done it. Now you're realizing that when a man didn't told you, a man didn't even have to tell you because you already knew. You already knew to leave the man alone, but you didn't do it.
The man isn't the price, the lifestyle is. You can find love again, but peace, luxury, freedom, that's what we don't negotiate on. Let's make one thing painfully clear. A man is not your finish line. He is not your purpose. He is not your price. He is replaceable. But the lifestyle you're building, the peace you're protecting, the soft life, the financial freedom, the mornings you wake up stress-free with sunlight pouring into your luxury apartment, and your name on that lease, that's the real trophy. And too many women throw away the whole garden for one rotten apple. They'll give up their dreams, independence, and joy just to say, I have a man. But here's the gag. What's the point of having a man if you lost yourself in the process? So no, we don't chase men. We don't chase commitment. We build a lifestyle so delicious, so untouchable, that only the most aligned and masculine men dare to approach us.
I made a video last week that's starting to go viral where the premise was men need to be pursuing women because we don't need you guys and we live less time if we marry you. So men should not be treating themselves as the prize, which is what's going on in current day society, antithetical to any prior society, by the way, where men always pursued women. And this is the responses. Men are so mad to give up their princess treatment, but good luck to you, sir, with your robot girlfriend, and you should get a pocket toy.
Girl, even if you're dating a provider, remember that these men need you. These men need you. You don't need them. Because a high-value woman is happy in her own company. She keeps a tight circle of high-value friendships. And she's busy. These men, they need a woman like you in their lives to show off on their arms because they want to show off to other men. Look who I got. You are a man's greatest asset. And studies also show that literally men, as they get older, if they're not married, if they're single, they kind of tend to die faster and in really bad shape. So remember that, like, you would literally extend a man's life and improve the quality of his life, okay? So he has to earn you. And finally, I was talking to this investor once, and he was like, when I, assess opportunities for investments, when I assess other men, essentially, to see if I want to invest in their company, let's say, I always talk to their wife. Because if that man's marriage is solid and good and he's got a good woman, that's actually a great indicator that this is a stable and positive investment. And if there's like weird energy or You know, you can kind of feel that it's toxic and unstable right away. You can't trust that man with your money. He can't even take care of his wife. He can't even provide for his wife. How is he going to provide you a return on investment? So remember, babes, they need you, not the other way around. And you should always have that attitude because it's the truth.
Here's one thing you should stop doing if you're in a relationship or even dating a man. Stop building men up. They end up thinking they're the star and you're the coach who never had what it takes to make it. As a divorce lawyer, I see this dynamic play out in marriage after marriage. A woman pours her time, her energy, her brilliance, and her patience into a man, only for him to look around one day and decide he built it himself. Women have been conditioned to invest in men like long-term projects. You lift him up, you motivate him, you encourage him, you fix him, you stabilize him, you guide him, you shape him. You become his career coach, his therapist, his home manager, his emotional support system, and his biggest fan. And he mistakes all of that labor for natural talent he believes was always inside him. I watch women turn men into better partners, better earners, better communicators, better humans. And the moment he feels ready, he decides he deserves more. Suddenly he thinks he's the prize. Suddenly he thinks he outgrew you. Suddenly the woman who sculpted him is not exciting enough for the man she built. It is delusion, but it is common. Men rarely elevate the woman who built them. They resent her because every time he looks at you, he sees the truth he cannot handle. He didn't do it alone. He needed help, and his ego hates that. Instead of saying thank you, he convinces himself he was always the star and you just happened to be courtside. Women end up doing all the work while men collect the credit. Women create the conditions for their success. Women soften the failures. Women pick up the pieces, pave the path, talk them through doubt, and hype them through every milestone. And men take those upgrades into the world like a brand new version they built themselves. This is why you must stop building men up. Because the moment you become his coach, you stop being his partner. The moment you mentor him, he stops valuing you as an equal. The moment you carry him, he starts believing he is running. A man who wants to be great will build himself. A man who wants to grow will grow on his own. A man who wants to rise will rise without requiring a woman to drag him upward by the collar. The right man does not need you to be his coach, his mother, his therapist, or his project. He needs you to be his partner. And the wrong man will take everything you poured into him and use it as proof he never needed you at all. So stop building men up. Build yourself. The right one will meet you at your level and not at your labor.
I'm going to say something to you that your friends are unwilling to say. That man is making you ugly. Literally. I was just with my best friend last night and she just turned 40 and she has genuinely never looked younger or better. And I was like, what the heck have you been doing? Like any sort of beauty stuff? And then I realized, no, she just dumped the dead weight of mediocre men. So your friends probably aren't willing to tell you this. My friends didn't tell me while I was in the actual relationship. After I got out of the relationship, they were like, Lainey, you had totally lost your spark. You were a shell of yourself. Like all of your vibrancy, all of your life force was just gone. And we liked him, so we didn't want to say anything, but like you were not shining. And that is the proof. The proof is in the pudding of like, is your friend shining with this man? Is your friend being given space to be their full, genuine, authentic self, to live out loud, to take up space, to become this goddess of a woman? If the answer is no, then like get out of that relationship. I'm so serious. Do you want someone that for the rest of your life, even though he's like a good man, a decent man, is dragging you down energetically and that's showing on the outside and your friends can even see it? Woo! And honestly, I was hesitant to even believe my friends because there was always some part of me that was like, are they just jealous because they're single? But no. I mean, as long as it's a great friend, like a genuinely ride or die friend that wants you to succeed, like use your intuition on that one. But you'll also feel it. You have to be real with yourself. You'll feel it. You'll feel like, do I feel like I'm becoming a better version of myself? Or am I a dragged down version of myself that's just like having her energy sucked out by this mediocre man who is probably insecure about your shine, probably is, harping on you for this, that, or the other, is not helping you elevate, is not worshiping you like the goddess that you are. Okay? So, because your friends won't tell you, I will. Dump him. You're going to glow so much more after. I'm Lainey the lawyer, and I raise the bar on your love life. Follow for more. Bye.
Babe, you do realize that you even lowered your standards for him and he still couldn't reach them? Like, you literally lowered your standards for him and he still couldn't even reach those.
I don't know who needs to hear this, but if your man is paying for rent, it doesn't mean he's providing for you. He would have had to pay for rent with or without you there.
I'm just in the era of my life where if you are not making my life better or easier, what purpose do you serve?
What is the point of you?
Having a husband should be the least interesting thing about you. As a divorce lawyer, this opinion was formed in courtrooms, conference rooms, and quiet conversations with women who lost themselves trying to be good wives. Somewhere along the way, we taught women that marriage is the headline of their life story. That once you get a ring, the rest of you becomes a footnote. Your ambitions soften. Your personality gets edited. Your accomplishments get introduced as before I got married or after the children. Meanwhile, men do not disappear into marriage. They remain whole. Their careers are still impressive. Their hobbies are still celebrated. Their identities remain intact. No one introduces a man by saying, "This is John, someone's husband." He is John, period. That imbalance matters because when your entire identity is built around being a wife, you become dangerously replaceable. I see it all the time. Women who gave up hobbies, friendships, income streams, and independence only to realize that marriage did not insure them against loss. It exposed them to it. I watch women rebuild after divorce and rediscover who they were before they made themselves smaller. Their careers reignite, their confidence returns, their humor comes back, and the saddest part is hearing them say, "I forgot I used to be interesting." You should never have to disappear to be chosen. You should never have to trade your identity for a relationship, and you should never make someone else's presence the most impressive thing about you. Having a husband should be the least interesting thing about you, because the most interesting thing about you should always be you.
I don't know why you're crying over this man, because you're acting like you lost something. A man who can't communicate, a man who can't plan a date, a man who gets mad at you anytime you bring up your feelings. That's what you lost, babe.
Not a feminist, never will be a feminist. I think that women's equality was the stupidest fucking movement that we could have ever done. Women are so far superior. The fact that you could even think that we could have equality.
This woke, yeah, because I don't think there's any relationships really where a man is actually a provider. Like, even if a man is paying for everything and a woman can be like, "Oh, well, I'm going to be a stay-at-home mum, I'm going to be a stay-at-home wife, and all I have to do is look after the kids and look after the house." That is so much labour. Like, people make out like if a woman is a stay-at-home mum, that a man is providing for everything. But if a man wanted to replace the labour of a wife, a girlfriend, a stay-at-home mum, he would need a surrogate, he would need a nanny, he would need a cook, he would need a cleaner, he would need a maid, he would need an escort, he would need all of those things. All of those things are going to cost hundreds of thousands of pounds a year. And then if the woman wanted to replace the labour of the man, she would need a job. That's it. And I think in situations where people are 50-50, which is what is reasonable and realistic for most people these days, is only true 50-50 if the man is also doing half of the housework, doing half of the labour, doing half of looking after the kids, doing half of organising things, which in most situations they don't. They're just paying half and the women are doing most of the labour. Statistically, that's what happens. So in that case, the woman is providing for the man, even if they're going 50-50.
I don't fuck with anybody who has that kind of mentality of like, I am the prize in any kind of relationship, because all that tells me is that you like to take and receive and you don't give. Or if you do give, it's only a manipulation tactic so that you can receive more, and that shit's really fucking disgusting. I think that when people are in a true, like, committed relationship, it's a give and take dynamic. Like, I'm okay with my man thinking that I am the prize because he thinks that, but never in your life are you gonna hear me spew or utter those words, like, because in my mind, he is a prize. Like, I'm very lucky to be with him. And if he also thinks that he's lucky to be with me, then we can win.
I'm this woke, yeah, because I don't think there's any relationships really where a man is actually a provider. Like, even if a man is paying for everything and a woman can be like, "Oh, well, I'm going to be a stay-at-home mum, I'm going to be a stay-at-home wife, and all I have to do is look after the kids and look after the house." That is so much labour. Like, people make out like if a woman is a stay-at-home mum, that a man is providing for everything. But if a man wanted to replace the labour of a wife, a girlfriend, a stay-at-home mum, he would need a surrogate, he would need a nanny, he would need a cook, he would need a cleaner, he would need a maid, he would need an escort, he would need all of those things. All of those things are going to cost hundreds of thousands of pounds a year. And then if the woman wanted to replace the labour of the man, she would need a job. That's it. And I think in situations where people are 50-50, which is what is reasonable and realistic for most people these days, is only true 50-50 if the man is also
doing half of the housework, doing half of the labour, doing half of looking after the kids, doing half of organising things, which in most situations they don't. They're just paying half and the women are doing most of the labour. Statistically, that's what happens. So in that case, the woman is providing for the man, even if they're going 50-50.
It's always I don't chase, I attract, but as soon as you see that he's got a new girl, or as soon as that you see that he hasn't come back after the first manifestation method, your mind goes absolutely AWOL and you start questioning everything. You start questioning your self-worth and you think, why has he moved on so quickly? Why am I not good enough? To yourself, why is he treating her like the priority? And you're thinking to yourself, why did you never get treated like the priority? When your self-concept drastically increases and you eliminate your limiting beliefs around love and relationships, every single person who's worked on changing their belief systems will instantly know you attract better relationships. You want to get princess treatment, you automatically get that because your belief system is creating your reality. And right now, your limiting beliefs have manifested the breakup, whatever has happened because of your belief system. Because if you deep down believe that you don't deserve princess treatment and then you never got it, what a surprise. If you deep down believe that he would find someone better and then eventually he did find someone better, what a surprise, right? We are all connected. And so your beliefs, the thing that's going on inside your mind, if you believe that you don't deserve princess treatment, if you believe that you don't deserve to be the goddamn prize, you won't see this happen in physical reality. And so you can be like, I don't chase, I attract, and comment loads of claim stuff. That isn't doing nothing for your mindset. The women that actually see success, and everybody can relate to this, everyone will start being attracted to, like, the person that you want, hooked. And that is only when you eliminate your limiting beliefs. That when you see yourself as the ultimate prize. Okay, we're not on about doing complicated manifestation methods. We're not on about forcing or any of that. It will happen, like, love happens so effortlessly once you have a better self-concept. It's mind-blowing. That isn't going to happen by you putting claim. The same patterns are going to keep repeating unless you change your mindset. And until you realize that, you will continue to get the same results. Until you enter my world and realize, oh my god, I've done self-concept, he's came crawling back, I've attracted my dream relationship. What a surprise. Someone needs to hear that.
They want a housewife, but they don't have a house. They're worried about gold diggers. They ain't got no gold. You want a feminine woman. You are the feminine woman. The fuck?
Men are not the prize, they are the consequence. And you have to find the man that is worth the consequences of being with him. For some men, you know what, there aren't a lot of consequences. You know, they had an incredible mother that, you know, put them in line. Yeah. And they end up being incredible partners, incredible lovers. But then there's other men who are the consequence and they will drag you to the depths of hell. Yeah. And so it's just a matter of knowing, okay, I'm going to treat this man as a fact, not an opinion that I can eventually mold and change. But no, this is who he is. And if nothing were to change about who he is today, could I deal with it?
And not only could I deal with it, am I the type of woman who does?
Men are like, we want a traditional woman. We want a woman at home, taking care of me, taking care of the kids, cooking, cleaning, doing all this. And women are like, have done the feminism, they've done the 9 to 5, they're all broke, they're unhappy, they're like, why are we working so hard? This sucks. And then they're like, okay, we accept your terms. And then men are like, okay. And then we're like, okay, so that's going to take a lot of money to have this life. So are you going to be a provider full time? Are you going to give me and the children the lives that we want? And then as soon as women turn it on men and accept, men are like, oh my gosh, you're just all gold diggers. And then it's like, so what do you want from us? There's no winning. Yeah, we do want to be at home with the kids. And yeah, if we do that, you have to provide, sweetheart.
Men benefit from being in proximity to beautiful women. Even going on a date with a man, he's benefiting. If a guy is seen with a beautiful woman every night,
more women want to date him too because of it. That's normally why a lot of times these men who are so average, so mid in their own way, and a beautiful woman decides to give them a chance, immediately afterwards you see other beautiful women start to date him.
The crazy thing about men is that they'll try to shut you up because they think that they have more money than you. But imagine they go and meet the woman who has more money than them or even makes more money. They can only control you on parts that they think that you fall short on. And so if you don't fall short financially, especially when that's all men's ego and life depends on, they have absolutely no legs to stand on.
Yeah, in my wife, you father or you father? Hold on. Yeah, you father.
Please,
hold on.
he's my sex trafficker. Please do not let me go with him. I do not want to go with him. Do you have the back of town coffee location? You know what would be preferable if my mom Okay, please my sister came for me.
Okay, sir, we're calling the police, so we're gonna let them handle it.
Yeah, the police.
Yes,
Okay,
yes, the police.
When
Yes.
the police is here.
So when they're here,
Is there in the phone?
that can be arranged.
Sí, ella es mi esposa.
He was trying to sex try.
Okay, I understand that this is supposed to be your wife, but she's not safe.
Sí, no hay ningún
Well, she did make a video thanking those girls, saying that's actually her husband, and she wasn't telling the truth. All that happened because she was drunk.
Being the girl from the video, I am really sorry for the whole commotion that I caused, and thank you to those two girls that helped me call my dad and my mom, or whoever they called. I want to say that I was blacked out drunk and I didn't know what I was saying.
I don't think some people grasp how irreversible certain accusations are. Being labeled something like that, even if the person is drunk, I don't even care if they're drunk. That shit can cause reputational damage. If you know drinking consistently is pushing you into blackouts to the point where you're making reckless accusations like that, why are you drinking? I don't know if I could come back from something like that if I was the husband, because that is something that would weigh heavily on my mind. Let this be the last time you ever drink.
Is your partner a benefit or a burden? I'm not asking if you love them. I'm asking what life feels like with them. Do they lighten your load or add to it? Do they bring peace or constant pressure? A relationship isn't supposed to feel like emotional babysitting. It's not supposed to feel like dragging someone into growth. It's not supposed to feel like you're raising an adult. Are they contributing or consuming? A partner should multiply your peace, not multiply your stress. Should support your goals, not compete with them. You should feel stronger with them, not drained because of them. And if you feel relieved when they're not around, that's not chemistry, that's clarity. Love is beautiful, but it's not meant to feel heavy all the time. If the relationship feels like a constant burden, you don't have a partner. You have a project.
Am I overthinking this, or is this a red flag? I'm 34 years old and a teacher earning about $60,000 a year. My boyfriend of 2 years earns roughly 3 times what I do. We recently decided to move in together, but before doing so, we sat down to discuss finances and how expenses would be divided. Good job. He believes we should split everything evenly, 50-50. I don't feel that's fair given the significant difference in our incomes. My suggestion was that he cover rent and utilities while I handle groceries, dining out, and other shared expenses. He disagrees. His reasoning is that we're both adults and that splitting things evenly avoids feelings of resentment or one person feeling like a burden. Up until now, money has never been an issue between us. We're both responsible with our spending. He usually pays when we go out to dinner and has always been generous with gifts for birthdays and anniversaries. We have a good relationship, have met each other's families, and have talked about marriage and the future. However, this disagreement has made me pause. I'm starting to wonder what happens down the line if we have children, especially if I become financially reliant on him for a period of time. Will this same mindset apply? Am I overthinking this, or is this a red flag? It doesn't sit right with me that someone who earns so much more expects an equal split without accounting for income differences. Should I be concerned?
Very. It's like she asked you, she should ask him, okay, well.
She should ask him just like she asked you.
Like, what happens if I end up pregnant and now I have to rely on you? What happens in that situation, and get that answer now? If she makes 3 times less than him.
Yeah.
He makes 180.
That's messed up.
Yeah.
That's messed up.
She's a teacher, you said.
Yeah.
Teachers make shit.
Okay.
Yeah, it's messed up.
Teachers make shit.
He should take on more of the load. And I'm gonna be honest, men shouldn't have to. And it shouldn't be demanded. When you're in love and you're building family as a man, you want to go ahead
it's natural.
and make sure that your woman's not struggling and just
exactly
like it's kind of whack. Most men that I speak to, they want to provide in that way, and we want to live up to that role that women will love to say, like, we want you to be that provider. That just seems like you
don't care.
not that you don't care, you just don't have any aspirations to be that in the household. And I think anybody should be scared of that.
It's a red flag.
It's a red flag. It's a red flag for any man to want to just do the bare minimum to keep their house afloat.
Bust that coochie open. Okay? That's what they want.
No one's flying you out just because you're cool. No one's like, does the guy look like does he look like FaZe? He's not invested in your streaming career. He's not just bringing you out here for no reason on private jet. Come on, use your brain.
He is not wrong. A man is not flying you out because he thinks that you're just so cool and you're not like other girls and you're just so drop dead gorgeous and beautiful. No, they want some coochie. Okay. And I know a lot of girls that's willing to give it up to them, but they know what they walking into. Okay. I would bet the majority of entertainers are looking for girls, scouting out girls. Hell, Instagram, damn near back page. If we being for real, Instagram, damn near back page. They getting on Instagram, they scouting around, they looking for girls. We all know what go down in Dubai, okay? And they're trying to fly you out, not because they want to know what your favorite color is and get to know you as a person. They don't give a fuck about that. Bust that coochie open, okay? That's what they want. And again, I need you to understand that so that when you go down there and they want you to bust that coochie open, you're not blindsided. Or if that's not something that you're into, then you just don't go. Like I said, I don't know who the fuck lied to y'all and told y'all that that's not what's happening, that these girls are just sitting on their ass not doing nothing. Everything comes at a price. Everything. And it ain't always monetary. Okay? Everything has a price on it. You may not be paying anything with money, but you will pay with your sanity, your peace of mind, and that ass. Period. Point blank. So understand that.
They're not blindsided by it anyway. They know exactly what they're doing. What a lot of these modern women are doing is they're trying to finesse. They're trying to game the system, right? They're thinking, well, based on, see, this is how you know that most women don't really think that men are going to be predators. This is how you know that, because they'll fly down there. Now, if a man was a predator, and if a man was as bad as they say he is, they would never even go down there, because they would actually fear that he's going to do the things that they are saying and claiming he's going to do. But they fly down there thinking and knowing, oh, it ain't really going to turn that bad. I got protection down there. Number one. Number two, he's a man. Men, they're supposed to protect and provide, right? He's not going to take advantage of me, right? He might be mad, but he's not going to put his hands on me. Men don't put their hands on women. So I can go down there. Yeah, he's going to get mad, but what can he do? Yeah, I'm going to take his money. I'm going to have him spend his money on me. Yeah, I'm going to do all these things, have him take me to dinner. And then, he's going to be patient with me because he's trying to control his attitude and all that stuff. And then on the final day, I'll just get sick, or I'll say it's my time of the month, and then everything should be okay. And I should be able to get away with it. It's similar to, there was a young lady, who was like, man, I'm broke. I don't have any money. I'm dating as a broke girl. Mind you, if it was a man talking about dating as a broke man, then that would be a problem. Okay. But she's talking about dating as a broke girl. Guy that is, checks all the boxes for her. Good looking. He's got a good career, makes a lot of money. He's 30 years old. He's making a lot more money than most 30-year-olds. Decides, hey, why don't we get together? Why don't we meet? Take you out on a date. So he says, wear this, come here. She does that. Goes to a certain place. It's a private jet. He says, hey, you said you wanted to go to the beach. So I decided, hey, I'll fly you to the beach. It was a certain beach that she wanted to go to that she hadn't been to in a while. I think it was from her hometown or something like that. So mind you, this is the first time meeting this guy. She gets on the plane. On the plane, when they're up in the air, which she knows, or she should have known it was going to go down like this. She looks back and she sees a bed in the back, full bedroom. And she was like, basically in so many words, because he asked her, do you want to go back there and kind of hang out? Well, no, I don't. Do you bring women up here all the time to do this type of stuff? How much do you do this? Maybe 2 or 3 times a month. Oh, okay. Well, I don't think that's for me. And then she went into the restroom for the entire time and then stay there talking about I'm sick when she wasn't sick, trying to act like he was so disgusting. Oh, why would he do that? I only met him one time. Exactly. So why would you be on that plane if you only met him one time? This is what women are trying to do. They're basically trying to get these things out of men and rely on men to go ahead and let them do it and not do anything to them because they want to be good men. And they're going to keep on playing these games and they're going to keep on doing stupid stuff. But their whole reason for doing it is he's not going to do anything to me because he's a good man and he's going to follow the rules and he's going to follow the law. And I'm going to keep on scamming and committing fraud and he's just going to have to take it.